Hi again, everybody. Bill Phillips here, and we have a special guest today for the 9-minute Phill-Up. We're going to leave you in suspense for just a minute. Want to remind you that it is Thursday. It is November 14th. It is a big Thursday. The weekend is fast approaching. It's right in our windshield. And someone that knows about being ready for the weekend, I'm assuming, BC Taylor is joining us from Nashville, and he's got just tremendous. And if that name sounds familiar, maybe not exactly alike, but B.E. Taylor, B.C. Taylor, yeah, make the connection. And the great thing is he's got some outstanding news. And I'm going to hold this up, B.C. I don't know if you see, but we've got the official press release. Let's go. It's Feel the Love, a Taylor family Christmas. It's a concert coming up. It's going to be here in the Ohio Valley. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about all things Christmas, concerts, the family, everything we could talk about. And I can't thank you enough for joining us, and just tremendous news that people are getting today, because the 22nd of December is going to be here before we know it. And people love the Christmas music and the music that you've put out as a family. And I include all of your band members as families. You guys have been together so long. It's tremendous. So anyways, welcome as I continue to drone on singing your praises, but thanks for joining us today.
Keep going. Just a couple more. Just a couple.
So how's everything going?
Thank you for things are good. We're gearing up for what's turning into tour coming up in December, and this time of year is always so exciting because of what it's represented since I boy, an 11-year-old boy at the Capitol. Every time starts getting a little bit colder, I start feeling like, we're getting close, because that's just it's such a part of my life, and so many others. So we're excited. We're getting really, really excited.
Well, when I found out the news, and then when we talked the other day about doing this interview, I thought to myself, one of my instant flashbacks on the concerts at the Capitol was the 1 year when I was there, and all of a sudden, hey, let's bring our friends down from WTOV9. Come on, anybody? And all of a sudden, I get pointed out by your dad, Bill, come on down. And I'm thinking to myself, what am I gonna? I don't know how to play an instrument. I don't know. I sing. I think I'm tremendous. I think I sing the three tenors all the time. Have no idea what I'm singing. Have no idea what they're saying. But I'm singing along at the top of my lungs, driving down the road, and I'm like, I'm the greatest opera singer of all time. So I went down on the stage.
As long as it sounds good to you.
It's true. And anybody within earshot's going, please stop. But I remember getting on the stage. I just remember, I'm going to stand way back here away from the microphone so I don't ruin this thing. But the thing that I remember, and you probably remember, it was just so much fun. It was a good time. It was just joy and music and just community coming together and enjoying themselves. I don't know if there's really a question in that. I just
no. If anything, and I think that's the reason why these shows can continue. Dad would always say that the show was bigger than himself, and from the standpoint of one, the music represents itself. What we're singing about represents itself, but it is a community. Just him. It's not just the band. It's the people in the seats, and it really did become like a family reunion, because people look forward to year in, year out, and we would catch up with them after the shows, and everyone knew, like, okay, here comes Mary's Boy Child. We're gonna start calling. Rick Witkowski's going to do his thing, and Jeff Jimerson and Jamie Peck and her, everybody that and on top of that, they watched on stage my sister grow up, and it really was based around love and fun and joy of Christmas, which is why it's called Feel the Love, because that's what dad represent, or that's what he was trying to represent with the show. He wanted everyone to feel the love of Christmas, not only on Christmas or not only during the show, but when you leave the show, February 2nd, February 15th, there really is that sense of, if we could hold on to that feeling of love during the holidays, how and he really lived that. And I believe because he was so generous with the spotlight on stage, everybody was able to where everybody in the audience became they became familiar with the people on stage, and so it became a relationship back. A good time, we're having a good time, and if we're having a good time, they're having a good time, and it's back and forth. And so um it really, yeah, so you sang the love and joy and singing and dancing, that's exactly what it was, and
And
is
you
what I'm
you
talking
just
about.
mentioned, so I thought about it when you started to answer the question, and I thought when you started to list the players in the band, everybody knows everybody.
Mhm.
People that went to the
Yeah,
shows, they know who you're talking about. It's not, these aren't mystery
absolutely.
guests where you think, well, I don't know who the guy who playing the piano is, or I don't know who the guy on the guitar is. Oh yeah, I know that. Oh, all right. Yeah, I saw them,
Mhm.
and like you said, he shared the spotlight. And the one thing I'll say about your dad, every time I saw him at an opportunity to interact with him, he was the embodiment of that. He really was. He just was so
Oh, yeah.
generous, so loving, would have a smile for everybody, and just always
Yeah.
seemed to be in a good mood. And I know when he wasn't feeling well, he would still bring that energy, and it just was so. He was so gracious about what he was willing to give to the world around him and to share with the world
Absolutely.
around him. It was like I think he
Mhm.
understood, I'm in a great spot with what I get to do and how I make my living. This is a lot of fun. A lot of people really care about this. And you mentioned the music. I remember the first time I got the first album, the Christmas. Not ashamed to say I played that in the middle of the summer. It's just you put it on. It's just great music on top of everything else. If you love Christmas music, you're gonna love it. You're gonna hear some
Oh,
tunes
yeah.
that maybe, oh, these aren't the classics. These are something different. They've got to even have a message here, but it's not what the traditional, you know, lack of a better way to put it. And this is, I love Christmas. All Christmases are cute. So please, anybody that's out there that wants to make a comment, please don't. Love it all, but it's a different form. You know what I mean? It's not the traditional Bing Crosby, Frank Sinatra. The traditional. It's happening. It's going. It's doing all its stuff, and it's just making it. It makes you feel good. It makes you tap the toes, clap your hands, and sing along.
Well, we would always say that he took um the traditional classic Christmas songs, and and again, this was such a staple in the community feeling in the Ohio Valley, and
Hmm.
where people are familiar with what I'm saying when I say that. Um, but it was a vision of We Three Kings and Mary's Boy Child and Silent Night. And while they still sound like those songs, they are a way of interpreting them. And I believe that's just, Dad was always about trying to tweak and make things a little bit different, and make it, and never losing the message of the real meaning of Christmas. And that, and all of his music speaks of that. All of his music, whether it's Christmas, or just his solo projects, everything was based around love. And that's because of his, and that you're talking about, everybody could feel it. I believe that's what everyone is feeling, the fact that he was just so open. I believe that's because of his love of Christ. And I believe that, that comes across in the shows. And it's such a joyful experience for everybody, on top of the music being great.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So everybody, it's the 9 minute Phill-Up, and we've just gone in overtime. We always go into overtime.
Of course.
9 minutes. It's just not enough to contain the show. The show is too big for that. So we have
Yeah.
fun with that, but we are having a conversation with. We're basically just kicking back, putting our feet. We're talking to BC Taylor about the Feel the Love, a Taylor Family Christmas. It's a concert coming up, and I've got the press release. I just want to read this to everybody real quick. And BC, I want you to put your thinking cap on, because everybody has their favorite song, but I want to put it on you. Out of all the songs that you guys have done during these shows, you have to pick your number one song, or maybe top three. So just put your thinking cap on while I read about the show coming up.
You got
it.
it.
Just hold it first there. So 3 decades since B.E. Taylor's original Christmas album was released. I can't believe it's been 3 decades. I mean, I can. My hair says it can because it's gone gray on me. But that's all right. I love it. That's what we're doing. All right. Since his original Christmas album was released, his family and friends will gather to celebrate the season and his legacy. Feel the Love, the Taylor Family Christmas, will bring beloved musician B.E. Taylor's iconic renditions of classic Christmas tunes to the J.B. Chambers Performing Arts Center at Wheeling Park High School in Wheeling on December 22nd. So if anybody's out there and they know my birthday's the 23rd, if they're looking for a birthday gift, that might be something that I would be very happy to celebrate with. That'd be wonderful. I'm just putting it out there, just for anybody that's out there listening.
We might be able to take care of you for that.
Hey, now we're talking. Now we're talking.
Yeah. I hear you.
All right. I like where your head's at, BC. I like.
Yeah.
All right, now this is really important too, and this is what you guys stand for. Proceeds for the show will be donated to the United Way of the Upper Ohio Valley, which provides funding to community-focused nonprofit organizations throughout Ohio and West Virginia. And a quote from you, it's, "My father strongly believed in the power of music to bring people together, and that through that community, amazing things can be accomplished." And I mean, making local connections and supporting fantastic organization like the United Way lets everyone feel a part of something larger. And I mean, we're going for that every day, but we're really, I mean, that's one of those things, especially at Christmas time, you just feel that even more.
Absolutely. I mean, again, I base so much off of this, what I've learned from both my mom and my dad growing up. Obviously, just as parents, they were amazing, but watching them work and watching them give back to the community was something that was instilled in me, and to where if I'm able to continue these shows, I want to continue what he was doing. And so partnering with the United Way was a very easy decision. And so, you know, anything that we can do to we want to, because again, it's passing on that giving heart, and that, you know, if you can help, you know, so
yeah,
that's you know, it's just that he was always like that, and I want to honor him in those same ways.
All right. Well, BC, we have to say hello to our Valley Converting friends in the gem city of Toronto, T-Town, Ohio, because it is Valley Converting. They are our sponsor. They do recycling products. So if you have any sheet music, maybe you have piles of it that you need recycled, give them a new life. That's what they do there. They recycle them. So we're going to take a break, hear from them quickly, and then we're going to come back with your list of the top 3. I've gone from one song to top 3 for you on the songs that people are just going to go, that's the song. So we'll be back in about 30 seconds.
Every piece of paper has a story. What if that story didn't end when you were done with it?
At Valley Converting, we turn your old paper products into recycled paperboard, continuing the story.
Locally owned and operated in Toronto, Ohio, bringing your paper to Valley Converting isn't just about recycling.
It's about supporting a cleaner, greener future for all of us.
We are here 5 days a week to help you make some green by going green.
And remember,
recycle for your future.
I'd like to thank everybody up at Valley Converting for sponsoring the 9-Minute Phill-Up. We greatly appreciate everyone tuning in each and every day. And we've been talking about the Feel the Love concert supporting the United Way with B.C. Taylor, and want to make sure I get this out as much as possible. Tickets are on sale now. For tickets and more information, visit feeltheloveofchristmas.com. That's feeltheloveofchristmas.com. That's simple. Just write it out like a sentence.com. feeltheloveofchristmas.com. You can get the tickets, which are on sale now. Now, the big moment, the big reveal, top 3. The big reveal. It's big. This is huge. I'm very curious. Yeah. I just want to know. You're on the edge of your seat. You're on the edge. I am literally on the edge. Jordan, am I on the edge of my seat? She's nodding her head. Yep, I'm on the edge of my seat. So I'm even going to put you up full screen on this if I don't do it wrong. Look at that.
Oh
Look at
man,
that.
that's a
Hey now.
on a big screen. Okay, so my top three. I mean, it's hard not to pick "Feel the Love" as one of them. That's one of the happiest songs that I've ever heard, yet alone, or uh, as a player and and now that I'm singing it, it's a complete celebration for 3.5 minutes. So I love that.
Mhm. Are we putting that in the number one spot?
Slotting them, I thought it was just like
Top three,
okay,
but we
all
could
right, all
slot them too.
okay. No. Okay, all right. Let's. Okay, so that would be my. We'll say
Okay.
like the third, the bronze would be Saw Three Ships, because it was just
Okay.
it is such a fun song to play, and I always thought that my dad just sounded amazing on that song, and it was just such a fun the original and revamping it. That song,
Mhm.
if you go back to listen to the "I saw three ships come sailing in on
Mhm.
Christmas Day," and then you hear his, it is totally different, but still
Absolutely.
so cool, and so it's a blast. So
Well,
that would be my bronze. Oh,
that's what I mentioned before about how it's not the same old traditional. And again, for anybody out there that's it's keeping track of what I say, I love the old stuff, love the traditional stuff, but when you hear it, it's just different. It moves your soul a little bit different. I don't know if that was the greatest grammar right there. It moves your soul a little bit different. I'm not sure if that was differently. Maybe would have been a better way to do it. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Ron Utter is checked in, and Ron's always on point. BC, he's always on point. He says it's amazing to feel his presence every time I hear the song "Oh Holy Night." So Ron's
all right, man.
Ron's
You just
Ron's
took my
with-
number one. He took my number one.
Oh, I told you, Ron's always on point.
Yeah. No, he's right. First, it's a beautiful song, and anytime I hear it, it's moving. But my dad's, there's something really special about it. Not only his performance, but the passion that's in it, and the arrangement. It's wonderful, and it's the only song that we leave in the show. So everything else is done by the Taylor family, whether it's Rick or myself or my uncle or my cousin or who's singing, or Jamie Peck or whoever. Everybody else gets their moment, but no one can touch that song.
Yeah.
And so it's Dad.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
Still
awesome.
gets me sometimes too.
Yeah, no, hey, if I'm the first one to start crying about anything, we get a good commercial on, I'm going to cry.
Yeah.
And if we're talking,
exactly.
if we're talking family, forget it. I showed Addison, my co-anchor in the morning, a picture of my daughter, like one of those memory thing comes up on your phone, a picture of somebody that you haven't, and there's my daughter from graduation in high school, and I went, oh, look at her. And Addison, look at what? And I tapped it. I showed her, and she goes, "Don't you start crying. We're coming back from commercial break. Don't you do it." I said, "Well, it might happen." All right, so we've got the breakdown of the songs, and So let me ask you this. Now, your tradition based, you're Nashville drummer, trade, but now you're singing out there. Tell me about this band. And tell me about some of the people. Oh, here we go. I got another. Amy checked in. Let's see. Amy has "Oh Holy Night" is always my favorite too. Thank you, News 9, for this today. No, Amy, we are happy to do it. This is outstanding. And remember, I just got to let everyone know, December 22nd. If you're looking for tickets, you need to go to feeltheloveofchristmas.com. And I'm going to actually put myself back on this thing. Jordan, I don't know. You've taught me well. I actually know what I'm doing. Look at that.
Hey,
I've never done this before. It's almost as if I know what I'm doing.
There you
go. But not really. So I just want to remind everyone, we were talking with B.C. Taylor, the son of B.E. Taylor. And of course, for decades, we've listened to his Christmas music, concerts at the Capitol Theater back in the day. and it is just, it's sensational music. And I guarantee you, if you haven't been to one of these shows, one of the Phill-Up shows, you are missing out. You need to go and enjoy this music. I'm telling you, it is just, it's fabulous. And you leave with such a good spirit, such a good feeling that I don't want you to miss it. And so the fact that we can get BC on and get this done, I can't thank him enough for joining us today. And I can't thank everybody for, making their comments, but feeltheloveofchristmas.com is where you want to go to get tickets. The show is on the 22nd of December at Wheeling Park High School in the JB Chambers Performing Arts Center, which is a beautiful facility. So you want to make sure you can get there and do that. And hold on, Jordan's waving at, trying to get, what are you doing? Oh, she goes, just keep talking. Don't worry about it. So I trust her with everything. So tell me about the band, because I see Rick, I see him around, and I see, and then you see people, they'll see Jeff Jimerson doing the Penguins anthem, and then all of a sudden they'll see it. Wait a minute. I thought why isn't he up doing the Penguins? Well, he's here doing the Christmas show. Tell me about this band, because it is a collection of outstanding artists. I'm going to put you on full screen again for this.
Okay.
Pressure's on.
I mean, you're totally right. They're all. What's truly special to me is that I grew up with them. Like I consider them family. I consider them like uncles. Where they embrace this 11-year-old and then a 12-year-old and a 15-year-old and taught me and sculpted me into the person that I am now, to be honest. And I'll have this conversation with people in Nashville, and I'll go, constantly been searching for that type of love on stage. And it's not that I haven't found it. It's just that the goal is to have that type of brotherhood and that camaraderie and that kind of love between friends who just happen to be playing, where when you don't have that, it's so noticeable, to where I'm just so unbelievably thankful for stage, and the fact that they mentored me again as I grew up. I learned to play with actual legit, skilled players from a very young age, and that's a blessing in and of itself. But then they encouraged me to come into the studio, and they taught me to Jamie Padillo. Rick Witkowski brought me into his studio, and we would track. And, they trusted me enough to play drums on some of their projects, and those types of experiences are life-changing, and they were such a foundation for not only the players that I am now, and the fact that they all still want to come back and be a part of this. It's truly wonderful. And the years we were able to bring in other artists like Anthony Rankin, who's one of the most talented producers, guitar players that I've ever known. He's from Pittsburgh, and he's been playing for years. Same with my cousin Dom Liberati, unbelievably talented bass player, producer. And the fact that now there's the quote, which is hilarious to say now as we continue to age, but the fact that we've been able to cultivate that into generational band, and now with my cousin Bailey Taylor coming in and singing, she's pursuing music. It really has become family affair, and I love that that's the environment that my father cultivated, and that to keep it going.
And that in my opinion is what makes it so good, because it is a family affair, and it's just something that it's organic. It's just, it was cultivated, absolutely cultivated and worked, and the songs are perfected and everything. But it's just, it's so much fun. I saw Rick the other day, bumped into him here at the station. He started to talk. We started talking, and I said, "Wait a minute, and he started to tell me about it, and he was excited just to talk about it. I said, "We're going to have you in to talk about it," and he was thrilled to look forward to it. And I don't know if you noticed this when you were talking, but Jordan made a little sign for us, feelthelovechristmas.com, December 22nd. Now, Jordan, have you been to a show? Uh-oh, she's got to go. That could be the producer's Christmas present. You know, she's got to go, doesn't she?
Fix that.
Yeah, you got to feel the love. You got to go to the concert, Christmas time.
Yeah.
So we have that. So again, want to remind everybody as we're closing in on a half hour. I told you it's not a 9-minute Phill-Up. It's like a half hour. It's but it goes quick, doesn't it? Because we're having fun.
It's just going really, really slow. Oh yeah, it goes very quick.
So again, we are here with BC Taylor. His dad, B.E. Taylor, put on all the great shows, Christmas shows down at the Capitol Theater. Well, BC and his crew is bringing it back. It's Feel the Love concert supporting the United Way. It's going to be on the 22nd of December at the Jane B. Chambers Performing Arts Center at Wheeling Park High School in Wheeling on December 22nd. Proceeds to the show will be donated to the United Way of the Upper Ohio Valley, which provides funding to community-focused nonprofit organizations throughout Ohio and West Virginia. And I want to remind everybody, and we'll put this back up so they can see it, the place to go for tickets, and they're on sale now. They're on sale, and I'm telling you, once this gets out, they're not going to be on sale for long because it's going to be sold out. I'd be stunned if it wasn't. FeelTheLoveOfChristmas.com, December 22nd, and that is coming up. And Ron has checked back in. Like I said, Ron always on it. It is such a blessing to be able to listen and feel the music. That is rare to find in today's music. Absolutely. Now, let me ask you this: any new songs that you say, okay, yes, Dad, we've got all your songs, everybody loves it, but we want to bring some new tunes to the stage?
Yes. So I met Taylor, who is an artist in Nashville. She wanted to put out a Christmas record in slight honor of what we grew up doing and what she grew up doing. And what was so wonderful about that was I was able to help with Anthony Rankin and his wife Kate, who are both, again, unbelievably talented, and it was just there to focus on. There is an added responsibility to put out proper, uplifting, loving Christmas music because of our upbringing.
Mm-hmm.
I really think we nailed it. They're fun songs. They're loving songs. She sounds great. The music sounds great. They fit really well to the show as like a nice, refreshing, ooh, what's that? And they really lend themselves well to how much care and dedication we really did lean into creating it. So yeah, we've got a couple new songs. We've got a couple new twists and turns that, it's been a few years since we've been, and for those who are returning to the show, all of your same favorite classic, we're coming to see, like I said, Mary's Boy Child, Joy to the World, all of those songs are still there. There's just a couple twists and turns throughout the show. You'll have to you'll go like, oh, that wasn't there last time I was here. So
I like that.
That's a nice little treat for the people who have been there, and people who haven't. It'll all be brand new and fun and awesome. So either way, you're gonna like it.
As we get ready to wrap this up a little bit, let me ask you this, because I still have the CDs. I can pop it in the machine. I'm still good to go. But for someone that's new to your game, new to the Feel the Love concert, new to the Christmas stuff, if they want to get a head start, I want to hear the songs a little bit before I go to the show. I went and got tickets to go to the show. Now I want to know the words so I can sing along. Where can they go to? Because I've done that for a few concerts. Like, well, I don't know who this is, but I'm going to go and I want to hear some music and so I can sing along. Not that anybody's happy for that, but where can people go and hear your music and hear your dad's music?
Sure. Well, if you want to buy a CD, You can still go to betaylor.com, still on sale.
Okay.
But if you want to stream it, it's on Apple Music and
Okay.
Spotify, and I believe Amazon Music is. You would typically stream music, you'll be able to find it.
Mhm. Oh, okay. All right. Great.
Yeah.
Great. All right. And we're going to put this up again. Phill-Up Christmas.com, December 22nd. It's going to be at the JB Chambers Performing Arts Center at Wheeling Park High School, December 22nd. We're speaking with BC Taylor. It's the Feel the Love concert. It's going to support the United Way. If you haven't heard this music at a Christmas concert, you're missing out. Please don't hesitate. Go and actually get a ticket because you're going to love it. Or if you don't believe me right now, go and stream it, because I know all you newfangled kids out there, you want to stream everything, or get the CD. I could go all the way back to albums, and on the turntable, and which are actually making a comeback, or it seems to be, or at least that's what the news tells us. I don't know if we should believe that. So anyways, it is just tremendous music, tremendous entertainment. It is just so much fun. So listen to the music, go and stream it, and then I'll tell you, you're gonna go, oh, I need to get a ticket if you're not convinced already. But BC, I'm gonna leave the last word to you. What do you want to share with everybody as you get ready to? And I'm sure you're busy. And if they want to hear your music that maybe it's not the Christmas music, can we go to the same place to stream stuff, or where can we find you if people want to hear you?
Well, if you want to hear me, you have to go to the artist that I'm playing for, because I'm always just behind the drum set, bashing away. So
okay,
up for that. But as far as my last message in regards to the show, I said it earlier. This is a celebration, and it is a family reunion at home. And so there's something really special about being able to bring the show back. And so I encourage you to come to the shows before. Please come back. We'd love to have you. If you've never been to a show, please give it a shot, because again, we're just carrying on, and my mother and everybody on that stage created 30 years ago, which is just trying to spread the love of Christmas, trying to spread the joy. And we're just wanting everyone to come together, have fun, leave a little bit happier than when you came in, and start being part of that family. That's really it. Just come and enjoy and feel the love with us.
Perfect. And I hope everyone felt the love today, because I'm having fun. I mean, this has been a fun interview.
Yeah.
It makes me think of all the past concerts. And Ron he is actually pulling up music as we go through. So this is what he hit us with now. I just pulled up Oh Holy Night on Amazon. Thank you so very much. So you get testimonies from Ron right off the bat, and Amy before mentioning that as well. Yeah. So again, if you have an opportunity to get a ticket, and we'll say it one more time, and just because I'm setting a record for Jordan Post right here, amount of time's been up, but feeltheloveofchristmas.com, December 22nd at Wheeling Park High School, the Performing Arts Center. It's a great show. It's Feel the Love, Taylor Family Christmas, and it's going to benefit the United Way. And we have been joined on this 9-minute Phill-Up by BC Taylor, B.E. Taylor's son. Apparently, when you're listening for drums around the Nashville area, you'll recognize them, because you hear different drummers. They all have different styles. So, but that's now, all right. Do you play the drums and sing on the same time for the concert for the Feel the Love, or do you just get out in front of it?
I don't play and sing at the Feel the Love show, but I have done that for where I play and sing. But no, I'm when I'm singing, I'm way out in the front, all by myself.
There you go. That's a confident, but yet like, okay, I'm out here by myself. What are we doing, people?
Oh yeah,
let's get us going.
The first year that we did this, I remember learning or listening to the music in a different way, and first going like, my goodness, Dad was good. Geez, what a and then my next thought was like, oh no, I have to do that. and
Mhm.
I'm definitely not that kind of singer. So humbling, one,
Yep.
and two, recognizing like, man, he was so humble and gracious in ways because of how personable he was, that you
Mhm.
tended to kind of take for granted how unbelievably talented he really was.
Yep.
And until you do like the deep dive where you're trying to learn it, you're then
Yeah.
that's when you go, oh boy,
Yep.
And so it's, but he would always say, whether it was me playing drums or he's talking to another musician who plays guitar or bass or whatever, because of you. So bring you to the drum set or the bass
Mhm.
guitar or the guitar,
Yep.
where I'm not. If he were standing right, I know you're singing all these songs. Don't sing them like I would. Sing them like you would. And
Yep.
and so that's all. Like I hear him.
Yeah.
I mean, I hear him all the time, but
Yeah.
in those types of moments, going, no, 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 just do you, do your you go out there and be you. I to embrace that, But still, I mean, geez, those are big shoes to fill. Those are
Yeah.
massive shoes to fill.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I would imagine if you're singing from a place of love and you're just doing you're trying to honor him and honor his legacy, it's going to sound absolutely fantastic, and we
Wow.
can't wait for it. And BC, I can't thank you enough for joining us for the 9 Minute
Oh,
Fill-Up. Hopefully, maybe we could do it again before the show gets closer, maybe a little bit later, November, beginning December. We can get together and have you on again just to talk about the show and anything that's going to be coming up with that. But I can't thank you enough, and just wish you all the best to you and your family. Thanksgiving's going to be coming up, and just for the holidays and everybody out there. I mean, it's going to go quick. All of a sudden, it's the 14th of November. Holidays going to be here and gone before we realize it. And that's what I'm saying. Get the CD so you can play it in the summertime. It's that good. It's that good.
listen to it. Listen to
Yeah,
it.
and now I can go to Spotify and Amazon. I can be one of the cool kids that knows all this new
There you go.
technology. I'll have to call Jordan, tell her to explain it to me. But so again, BC, thank you
Yeah.
so much. Wish you nothing but the best with this
you.
show. I know it's going to be great, and we will talk again sometime soon.
All right, sounds great.
All right, and BC, you get the 2 rules now. 2 rules every day. 2 rules.
Okay.
Have fun, and always try your best. Those are the rules of the show. Those are the rules you got to live by, because if you're having fun and you're trying your best, who's going to be angry with you?
I
And if
agree.
they
Those
are,
are great.
and if they are, don't matter, because you're having fun and trying your best. You can't worry about anybody else. All right. BC, thank you so much. BC Taylor, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And until next time, we will say so long for today. BC, thank you very much. We will see you soon, my friend. Thank you.
Yes, sir.